Hello, my name is Lauren. Today I'm going to be addressing 25 terms. So first I'm going to show my surroundings. I'm not exactly sure what quite you're seeing just because I don't have my back camera on, but I am outside and it's very windy. Here's my paper right here. I'm holding it down with all of this. Okay, and then here is my skeleton. Buddy don't quite have his legs on yet, which I don't really need them specifically for this. So, and also I'm gonna go ahead and take the skull top off of this right here, just so I can hold it better. Don't have to hold the whole thing. Okay, Lord have mercy. Okay. So first thing we got is the frontal bone. That's pretty much right in here. That's the forehead area. Next thing I'm going to go to is the coronal suture. That's like the headband. Pretty much I consider it to be like this line right in here. And the sagittal suture, which is this middle vertical line up in here. And then the lambdoid suture. And I think that's how you pronounce that. That's kind of like the arrow-shaped thing you got going on back here. Let me see. It's bigger when you have the whole thing. And the next thing is the maxilla bone. That's pretty much, get my little buddy here. That's pretty much the mouth nose area right in here. It's a bigger bone. Jaw, Lord. Okay, and then the next thing we have is the mandible bones, and that's pretty much right in here. It's basically your jaws. Move this over. Mental foramen, that is the side of the chin. So right in here on both sides. Lord, his teeth are gonna, oh, okay, that's great too. I guess we'll just have to hold them like that. Okay, and then we got the, Lord, then we got the mandibular ramus, and that's pretty much the lower jaw, beside the chin, so like right in here. Next thing we got is the sympnoid bone. I don't really know how to pronounce that, but it's pretty much the lateral view of the upper cheekbone. So I'd say right in here. I'd say I'm so focused on this like falling out. If I could clip it back, that'd be great. I will eventually fix it, but pretty much right up in here. And kind of close in towards the eye. But the next thing we got is the inner eye, and this is actually like closer in right in here. I remember looking up a picture. It actually had a hole. It don't quite have a hole, but there's a dent up in there. And then the next thing is the jugular foramen. This is in here near the screw. That's how I remember it, up in here. Where was that at? And then the palatine bone, pretty much inside the chin, like below, pretty much where this screw is. I gotta remember to make sure I actually show the skeleton. The next thing is the incisive fossa. That's pretty much the hole you got going on your mouth. So right, Lord, so right up in here. Okay, and the next thing you got is the crista galli. This is right in here where I have this marked. And the next thing you got is the sella turcica. The sella turcica. That is right here, I believe. I may or may not have gotten these mixed up, but I have 2 points marked. I know one is sella turca and the other is the crista galli. Okay, and then we have the cribriform plate. The cribriform plate. And that is the top of the inside of the skull. So pretty much up in here. And then we have the styloid process, which is the crest at the top of the neck. So up in here. Which, since the chin is so big, you can't quite put a finger on it. And you got the foramen rotundum. That's the wings inside of the skull. So pretty much in here, they look like wings. And then we're gonna go to parental bone, and that's the top of the head pretty much. So I wouldn't say necessarily where I was talking about earlier, which was the frontal bone. Pretty much more up in here. And then the temporal bone, and that's behind the ears. So back in here on both sides. And then the occipital bone, that's the very lower back of the head. So right up in here. It's very important. And then there's the squamous suture, and that's above the ears. So right in here we see this crease. Okay, and then we have the nasal bone. That's pretty much the nose bridge. Considerably the nose in general, but it's specifically right in there. And then you have the vomer bone, and that is the middle bone right in here. Okay, and then last but not least, you have the optic canal, the optic foramen. That's the inner eye, pretty much like the other inner eye, pretty much right in here where this dent is, in that area. And that is pretty much it. Hopefully I will be able to get my skull back on without having any problems. But yeah,